Now, this past week, we saw on Friday, Nio closing the day trading up over 12%, which resulted in the shares of Nio closing or finishing the week trading around $12.71. And Nio continues to improve, or we are seeing a good improvement into the Nio shares, which is something that is always good to see or watch on the stock that obviously you love. And on this channel, you know that Nio is one of the stocks that we discuss a lot about, because I think I've said it quite in my number of videos which I've posted on this channel to say that this is a stock that seriously dominates my stock market portfolio, because I believe in its fundamentals and its future prospect. So just late yesterday, we received wonderful news of saying that Nio's sub brand, it's on the way, of course, and we know that, of course, that sub brand, it is set to start with the deliveries in 2024, and that sub brand, it's called Alps, or it has a code name Alps, which is something that obviously to get to see that Nio will be starting to deliver this, obviously, this sub brand in 2024. It is good because this sub brand, you will know that obviously it is cheaper, or way cheaper than the current existing Nio models. Now, you will know that Nio not only plans to launch this sub brand Alps, but there is another even cheaper sub brand that Nio will is also planning to launch at a later stage. So this, of course, second sub brand will be cheaper than Alps, which is something that is incredible. Now, the good thing about the two Nio sub brands, ladies and gents, is that they are compatible with the battery swapping technology that Nio is, of course, or has introduced to their Nio model. So those of you that buy those two sub brands, the chances are very high that you'll be able to do a battery swap when you meet or when you encounter Nio battery swapping stations, which will be something that will be incredible, as these, ladies and gents, will be once again a game changer into the range, or into the range below the premium segment that the current Nio models are feeding. So this is something that is incredible, and when I came to read this, obviously I was excited, because battery swapping station, it's one of the technology that makes Nio to stand out from the other EV competitors. I mean, I did a video about that yesterday, or if on Friday, where I was discussing that obviously the Nio battery swapping stations are now doing or receiving 60,000 swaps per day. So all Nio users that are utilizing the battery swap stations are swapping their batteries 60,000 times per day, which is something that is incredible, as we are seeing the number of swaps that the Nio users are completing per day increasing, which is something that is always amazing, because it looks like, or this just shows us that the Nio users are really enjoying the swapping their batteries at Nio swapping stations. Now, on the same report that, of course, we read yesterday of the communication event which took place between the Nio President and the Nio users, it indicated that the Nio phone development is coming to an end, and we are seeing, or we are going to see, a testing of this phone beginning in the Q2 of 2022, and probably in the Q3 we are going to see the Nio user starting to get access into that phone, which is something that is incredible. Now, Nio phone is something that obviously we got to hear from the Nio CEO William Lee, who indicated that obviously they want their members to use the phone that can easily communicate with their cars. That is why they started the Nio phone, and they believe that obviously this is the phone that will make it very easy for their users to communicate with the Nio car. So I'm really excited about this project. This is a project which it's supposed, or it's expected to commence distribution to users around third or Q3 of this year. So I'm really excited, because this will be another stream that Nio will also generate their revenue from. And Nio has said that obviously they are not looking at competing with iPhone when it comes to this phone business, but they are just looking at simplifying their users' life when it comes to, or during the time when they use their Nio cars, which will be something that is of importance. And one thing that I must remind you is that since Nio currently has over 300,000 user base, they are definitely going to, obviously chances are very high that you are going to see maybe half of those people getting the these Nio phones, which will also bring some good revenues when you look at this segment of Nio phones, where we are seeing, of course, their Nio users or Nio clients getting their hands or getting access into this phone that will be able to communicate well with their cars. Now, this past week I thought we were going to get to see the insurance registrations, though I know for a fact that the deliveries for January are definitely going to have a serious hit or a serious impact due to the Chinese New Year holiday, which I think lasted for about 5-6 days, which obviously is going to definitely mean that, of course, the deliveries not only of Nio but of almost all the other EV companies in China are definitely going to be impacted, or their companies are not going to deliver as many vehicles like they did in December, November due to this. But nonetheless, I'm really looking forward to the delivery numbers that are coming this week, Wednesday. I cannot wait to see the kind of deliveries that Nio produced for the month of January. But one thing for sure, I personally believe that they've thrashed last year's January deliveries. That's for sure, because right now Nio, they've increased their capacity or the production capacity, which makes it easier for them to deliver or produce more cars and sell more cars. They've increased their delivery centers, which again makes them to be able to deliver more cars per day, which is something that is incredible and something that obviously is making me it is the thing that is making me to believe that obviously Nio is going to deliver more cars than the cars they delivered in January of 2022. So I'm really excited that obviously we are going to get these figures this coming week on Wednesday. And one thing that obviously on Nio is that the CEO has already told us that from January, March, delivery wise, yes, Nio will produce, or is possible that we see it producing good deliveries. But from second quarter of this year, we should expect Nio to deliver robust delivery numbers, which is something that is incredible and something that is always amazing to see Nio. Of course, it will be amazing to see Nio reporting good delivery numbers. But you will know obviously that May, June, Nio will be introducing new models on their deliveries, which is the Nio EC7 and the ES8, which are deliveries, like I said, are expected to start around May, June, or respectively, which is something that obviously is incredible. And especially with the EC7, I personally believe that they will drive a lot and lots of sales from that SUV, because that SUV, I think you and me should definitely agree that it is quite a beauty. It is a car that will really do well, because it is the most beautiful car or most beautiful SUV car in Nio, which is something that I personally believe that it will be the one that also will be able to project or produce deliveries that obviously that surpasses the Nio ES7 or the EL7, which is something that is incredible, because the ES7 I think right now is producing roughly around almost 5,000 vehicles on a month to month, which is something that is incredible. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click the notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you load the boat onto the Nio stock, or if you are enjoying the returns onto this Nio stock, or before you just load or more onto the Nio stock, please do make sure that you do your own DD so that at least you can be comfortable when you are investing onto this Nio stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.